Hello guys, this is Zonky the Donkey, and today we're going to be going over Rising Storm 2 tips, episode number 1, talking about staying alive in this game. You are going to die a lot when you're playing Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. It is a very unforgiving game because it is so heavily weighed on teamwork. And by that I mean, if you're running around trying to be a Rambo, be a lone wolf, you're going to get punished a lot. And so you're not going to see where you get killed from a lot of the time. You're not going to know where you get killed from. And so today we're going to be talking about some tips and some advice and tactics so you can set yourself up for success in these first few weeks of Rising Storm 2. So first things first, you've got to select the proper kit. And if you're just starting out, I would say just the basic rifleman or grunt class, depending whether you're US or Vietnamese. And you want to play as a basic rifleman while you learn the game. Specialty classes are harder to use effectively because of their specialized toolkits, but you should be aware of what the other kits possess. So I'd take some time to flip through that, the menu for the kits and just seeing what you're going to be facing. Because if you're on the USA, you need to be aware of the traps of the Nva. Traps are basically the force multiplier for the Vietnamese. They have pretty much most classes have the ability to either lay punchy sticks, lay tripwire mines, or they have the sapper class, which can lay bouncing Betty anti-personnel mines. And this is what's going to help counter the vehicle supremacy that the Americans are going to have on some of these maps at least. The map is going to be one of the best tools you can use early on in helping you prevent death. And the reason for that is you can see where all of your friendly forces are on map. And mind you, this is a 32 versus 32 person game. So you can kind of have a pretty good idea by looking at the map of where the front line is. And you can adjust yourself and your position accordingly so you don't find yourself overextended or too far on the flanks exposed on your own. Now from there, when you spawn in, there's going to be a few things that you need to do right away. Number one is find cover and concealment, because if you're exposed for too long in this game, you're going to die because it is so quick. It's so easy to be shot, and it doesn't take many shots. Most 2 to 3 shots generally. A lot of times you're just going to find yourself getting one shot, and that'll be that. So you need to make a conscious effort to not silhouette yourself as much as you can. You need to move to cover and concealment. Find that next position and just hang around for a second. Take a look around, see if there's enemies moving, because generally the person that's exposed and moves first is going to lose that gunfight because your health is just too low. The guns do too much damage for you to have split-second reactions to be able to quickly counterfire at whoever starts shooting at you first. Another big thing you're going to want to do is play the objective and take the appropriate risks related to what your team is trying to do. And a big part of that is communicating with your team. You see, I'm actually right on my squad leader 6, as indicated by the Staff Sergeant chevrons on his icon to my left here. And we are working together, pushing towards the left flank of this objective, because that's what he instructed me to do. And we're moving in force. You'll see there's a full squad of us moving along here, about 5 or 6. And there is safety in numbers. There is a herd mentality. When you're moving in a full force of 6 and you may come across 1 or 2 enemy infantry, they're probably going to try and pull back or just try and get one of you before they die. But you need to work with your team. If you are by yourself, I cannot emphasize enough how miserable you are going to be playing this game. Use your mic. Play with your teammates, and whenever you're on the attack, be aware of what risk you need to take depending on how much time you have left or how many tickets. Smoke is going to be your best friend. I believe all of the rifleman classes within the American side at least have smoke. Use that. It's not going to stop bullets, but it's going to make it a hell of a lot harder for the enemy to shoot you. I believe NVA also has smoke in limited quantities depending on the class. One of the last things you need to be aware of to help you stay alive longer is be aware of the commander abilities. The Americans, for example, have artillery, recon, napalm, C-47 gunship support, and these abilities absolutely decimate grouped up infantry. So try not to play the objective, but don't stack up so hard with your teammates to where you're going to make a really sweet artillery target, because a really well placed artillery marker can turn the entire tide of the game. If you guys are interested in playing with an organized group of players, join our Discord list in the community description. We've got 800 to 900 people in there. A lot of them are picking up Rising Storm 2. We're going to be playing some organized community matches. Come join us at the Discord. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment on some other kinds of videos you'd like to see covering this, and I'll see you guys out in the battlefield.